and makes you suffer when you don't. It is the source of creativity and, further along the spectrum, madness. It is the key to addiction and the path to recovery. It is the bit of biology that makes an ambitious executive sacrifice everything in pursuit of success, that makes successful actors and entrepreneurs and artists keep working long after they have all the money and fame they ever dreamed of, and that makes a satisfied husband or wife risk everything for the thrill of someone else. It is the source of the undeniable itch that drives scientists to find explanations and philosophers to find order, reason, and meaning. It is why we look into the sky for redemption and God. It is why heaven is above and earth is below. It is fuel for the motor of our dreams. It is the source of our despair when we fail. It is why we seek and succeed. It is why we discover and prosper. It is also why we are never happy for very long. To your brain, this single molecule is the ultimate multi-purpose device, urging us through thousands of neurochemical processes to move beyond the pleasure of just being into exploring the universe of possibilities that come when we imagine. Mammals, reptiles, birds, and fish all have this chemical inside their brains, but no creature has more of it than a human being. It is a blessing and a curse, a motivation and a reward. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, plus a single nitrogen atom. It is simple in form and complex in result. This is dopamine, and it narrates no less than the story of human behavior. And if you want to feel it right now, if you want to put it in charge, you can do that. Look up. A note from the authors. We've packed this book full of the most interesting scientific experiments we could find. Still, some parts are speculative, especially in later chapters. In addition, there are places where we oversimplify to make the material easier to understand. The brain is so complex that even the most sophisticated neuroscientist must simplify to build a model of the brain that's capable of being understood. Also, science is messy. Sometimes studies contradict one another, and it takes time to sort out which results are correct. Reviewing the entire body of evidence would quickly become tedious for the reader, so we selected studies that have influenced the field in important ways and that reflect scientific consensus when consensus exists. Science is not only messy, it can sometimes be bizarre. The search for understanding human behavior can take strange forms. It's not like studying chemicals in a test tube or even infections in living people. Brain researchers have to find ways to trigger important behaviors in a laboratory environment, sometimes sensitive behaviors driven by passions such as fear, greed, or sexual desire. When possible, we chose studies that highlight this strangeness. Human research in all its forms is tricky. It's not the same as clinical care, in which a doctor and a patient work together to treat the patient's illness. In that case, they choose whatever treatment they think will work best, and the only goal is to make the patient better. The goal of research, on the other hand, is to answer a scientific question. Even though scientists work hard to minimize the risks to their participants, the science must come first. Sometimes access to experimental treatments can be life-saving, but usually research participants are exposed to risks they wouldn't experience in the course of regular clinical care. By volunteering to take part in studies, participants sacrifice some of their own safety for the benefit of others, sick people who will enjoy a better life if the research is successful. It's like a firefighter running into a burning building to rescue the people trapped inside, choosing to place himself in danger for the welfare of others. The key element, of course, is that the research participant needs to know exactly what she's getting.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.